Hey everybody, welcome to Light Screen Action. I'm your host, Tiana Sirmans. Today, my special guest is a 13-year-old international certified Les Brown speaker, a international best-selling author, a successful day trader, executive producer, and co-founder of Truth Playmakers, and if that's not enough, CEO of Return on Investment. Please welcome Christian the Truth Jones. Hi, how are you today?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, as I was mentioning, you do a bunch of amazing and great things, and you are a 13-year-old stock trader. So, just for starters, for those who don't know, what is a stock trader?
So basically, what I do is I teach people how to invest and trade in the stock market. And as far as what it is, investing or just buying stocks basically allows you to own shares or parts of a company. Like an example would be, let's say I want to own part of Microsoft. Then I can buy a certain amount of shares, and now I own a certain amount, a part of Microsoft. And as Microsoft continues to go up, I'll be making money. That's just basic investing. Now you have what I mainly do, what is trading. So trading is where you can make money whether the stock market goes up or down. Whereas with investing, you can only make money when the stock market goes up. So with trading, I do these things called options. And with options, you have two different types of options. You have a call option and you have a put option. A call option allows you to make money when the stock market goes up, and a put option, allows you to make money when it goes down. So those are the main things that I do as far as investing and trading.
So, what made you even want to start doing that?
So I'll say what really got me into it was actually a couple years ago. I think I was around 8 or 9 years old. I remember I saw a 14-year-old, he was a 14 at the time of the video, and he had made $50,000 off buying Nike stock. So like anybody, I wanted to learn how he did it. So I began asking my mom if she could teach me how to invest in the stock market and basically make $50,000 like he did. But at first she didn't take me seriously because she thought I was just talking, wasn't gonna take it serious, wasn't actually gonna put in the work. So she kind of just brushed me off. So when she did that, I decided to do my own research and see if I could teach myself. And I remember when I came back to her after doing my own research, I told her I wanted to open up my brokerage account. The brokerage account is the account you use in order to trade and invest yourself. So when I came back to her and told her that, then she saw that I was actually serious about learning this information. At the time, my mom did know a little bit about investing, but didn't really get into depth with it herself. So we decided to take a course. I remember initially we were taking it together, but I kind of fell off later on in the course because I didn't understand the information. So I remember when she finished it up and finished the rest of the course, she came back to me and really just simplified the information so I could understand it. So that's how I really got into investing and trading.
So, something else that you do inside this industry is that you actually teach people how to do it. So, why do you think kids should learn about financial literacy and investing?
I believe it's very important to learn about financial literacy and investing because as soon as want to say, not even as you grow up, but you learn how money works. You also learn how to make money without having to rely on somebody else. Because I know a traditional plan is to go to school, get good grades, and then go get a job. However, as an investor and learning that skill and also trading by using that skill, like I said, you learn it, and then as you're young, you can pretty much master it, get the fundamentals down, and really be able to monetize off of that and really make it into a career. Like I know a whole bunch of people who have made trading and investing their career, and it really just allows them the freedom to really live life, like the freedom to travel, the freedom of not having to worry about money and where their next or quote unquote paycheck is going to come from, and really just allows them that freedom to do whatever they want. So that's why I believe it's very important to learn financial literacy, and specifically, you don't necessarily have to learn how to trade because trading isn't for everybody, but everybody should learn how to invest at least.
Yeah. And so, what would you say are some subjects that you may have to be good at or may just have to kind of master to be good at doing that?
I would say the subjects really, I would say you do kind of have somewhat of a love for history. I know personally I love to learn about history because with investing you want to look at patterns, and there are a lot of patterns. So once you can figure out those patterns, of course you can make more money because you pretty much already know what it's going to do. And I would say a basic understanding of math, but other than that, nothing much.
So what do you enjoy the most about investing and trading?
I would say the aspect I enjoy the most. Hmm. I'd have to say we're really just the whole process, to be honest. Like just like I said, doing the research, finding those patterns, and really just growing my own trading skills. And even when I'm in the market, actually trading, being able to pretty much know I'm right, and then make money off that trade and see myself and see the growth that I've made from where I was a couple of years ago and what I've learned now. And like I said, pretty much kind of predict how the market is going to work, and like I said, make money off my trades and really be able to. Man, I just can't put it into words. It's just a whole process. Like it's really fun.
What's that one thing that you would say that you just have to buy and that you're maybe saving up for?
I would say something I would be saving up for is a house in the long term. Other than that, anything else, I'm good.
The first Black stock exchange in U.S. history opened last week. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a wonderful thing. I am very curious to see the direction on how it's going to work and the whole process of how they set that up. I think it, like I said, it's a very great thing. It's something I will be looking more into and possibly getting to investing with myself. So I would say great thing overall.
So you are very focused on what you do, but I was curious, what do you like to do in your free time?
So the main things I like to do when I'm not trading or doing my business is ride my bike, box, play football with my friends, or well, in the actual, I guess you say, official season. And other than that, shoot, that's about it actually.
And so you mentioned that you like to play football, and you are an international best-selling author, and you wrote a book after being inspired to write in a journal about your experiences being bullied on the football field. So can you tell us a little bit about your book, The Win Within, and what you learned from writing it?
Sure. So as far as my book, The Win Within, it's based off my own story. Back when I was 8 years old and I was being bullied by my teammates on the football field. And I remember at the time I would believe it, I was in second grade. And I remember one day I had gotten done with my work early. I really just decided to write down my thoughts and basically just journal on a random piece of paper. And I remember I took that piece of paper home and I brought it home to my mom and I told her I wrote a book. Now she asked me if I wanted to get published. 8 years old, no idea what that meant, but I thought somehow I could make some money. So I said yes anyway. So I remember we went through the whole publishing process, and that took about 3 to 4 months, and then we finally had the official project or final product. There we go. Finally had the final product, and then I realized I had to sell it, and that's just a whole another story as far as the fear of selling, and especially selling face to face or person to person. But I remember me and my mom, after my football games, since I still did play football and I still do now, we would go to tournaments, games, and we would bring the books with us and really just sell them instead of door to door, well, person to person at the games. I remember we did about $5,000 in less than 90 days just doing this. So that's how my whole story as far as my book. And as far as what you would learn from purchasing the book and what it's about, it's really, I'll say, about three main concepts, and those are faith, family, and football.
Yeah, it's really great how just writing a journal entry turned you into you having this book.
Thank you. Everybody got a story.
Yeah. So you are the executive producer and co-founder of Truth Playmakers. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. So, Truth Playmakers is an award show that I founded actually, last year was the first one we had. And it's normally an annual event. We weren't able to do it this year because of the whole COVID situation, but we are coming back in 2021. But as far as the whole mission, it's based for what we are. So, True Playmakers is where I honor 17 amazing African American youth, or I guess you could say my peers, who are all under this age of 17. And we're all in our own different industries, and it really just allows us to honor each other, but also allows us to really just come together and see how we can work together on future projects, whatever that may be. And then also with True Playmakers, I invite what I call VIPs, or I guess you could say those are the big bosses in their industries. And it's basically like an award show / networking event. And it really just allows us to become a community and see how we can all grow and help each other, in the long run and in the future.
And so how do you pick the kids that you nominate?
So I normally pick them through a process. I can't really talk about how it goes on here, but there is a process on how I pick them. And I will say it is mainly through social media, but I can't really go into the details about the process.
That's fine. So there's some things that you can't share, some things you kind of have to keep secret.
Yeah.
And so for my last question, what do you want kids to know about investing overall?
I'll say what I want them to know is that you have to be willing to invest in yourself. Not only investing in the stock market, that is important because it makes you money, but you have to really be able to invest in yourself and have that belief that you can do it, whatever that may be. Maybe that's going to a professional football league, the professional football league, or the NFL. Maybe that's going to the NBA. Whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, you have to really invest into that. Like, you're not just going to wake up overnight and be successful. It took me 5 years to get to the place that I am now. So you have to be willing to invest in yourself. And there are a lot of sacrifices and hard work that goes into being successful. But as long as you do that, as long as you stay focused and committed, you'll reach there and you'll get there.
That's some great advice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so thank you so much for joining me today for this interview. I have definitely learned a lot, and you have definitely inspired me to learn more.
I appreciate that. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. That's all for now. Thanks for tuning in to Light Screen Action. Bye.